Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I spend a lot of time, probably too much time, browsing the recommended section on AliExpress. It's a rabbit hole of weird and wonderful tech. But every now and then, you find something that looks incredibly practical, especially for those of us who aren't driving the latest Tesla or Audi. Today, we're looking at a device that promises to bridge the gap between your old-school car stereo and your modern smartphone. This is the T65 Bluetooth 5.4 transmitter and receiver. On paper, it's a tiny powerhouse that adds wireless audio to almost anything. But as we know with AliExpress, the renders often look a bit better than the reality. So, let's get into the unboxing and see if this budget saver is actually a headache inducer or a genuine hidden gem. So, what exactly are we looking at? The T65 is marketed as a 2-in-1 car Bluetooth kit. Essentially, it's a USB-powered dongle designed to give your car, or even your old home speakers, Bluetooth capabilities. What caught my eye wasn't just the price, but the versatility. Unlike most cheap adapters that only give you an AUX connection, this one also features a built-in FM transmitter. That means even if your car doesn't have an AUX in port, you can broadcast your music over a radio frequency. Plus, it claims to be running Bluetooth 5.4, which is the latest standard for stability and low latency. It's tiny, it's cheap, and if it works as advertised, it's the ultimate life hack for older vehicles. Let's break down the specs based on the technical data and the unit itself. It's quite compact, about 82 millimeters long, which is roughly the size of a large thumb drive. It plugs directly into a USB port for power, meaning no batteries to worry about. On the side, you've got physical buttons: volume up/next song, volume down/previous, and a center play/pause button that doubles as a call answer button. Yes, it has a built-in microphone for hands-free calling. One of the standout features is the TF card slot on the side. You can load up a micro SD card with MP3s and play music directly from the device without even needing your phone. In terms of output, you have two choices. You can use the 3.5mm audio interface for a wired AUX connection, which usually gives the best sound quality. Or you can set it to FM mode, specifically 87.5 MHz by default, and tune your car radio to that station. The LED display on the front is meant to show you exactly which frequency you're on. Now, let's talk about the reality of using this thing. I've been digging through user feedback and testing the logic of this design. Starting with the pros. First, the price-to-performance ratio is theoretically insane. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you're getting Bluetooth 5.4, an FM transmitter, an AUX receiver, and a TF card player. Second, it's truly plug and play. There are no drivers to install. You just provide power via USB, and it starts broadcasting. Third, the inclusion of a physical microphone is a great safety feature for older cars that don't have built-in Bluetooth for calls. But we have to talk about the cons, and there are some big ones here. The most glaring issue is the expectation versus reality with the LED screen. The marketing images show a beautiful, modern ice blue display. However, looking at actual customer photos, many units arrive with a bright red, much older-looking digital display. One reviewer specifically noted they were completely disappointed by the screen color and the build quality. Another potential issue is the Bluetooth 5.4 claim. While it says 5.4 on the box, at this price point, it's often a slightly older chip disguised with marketing. Some users have reported that it doesn't always auto-reconnect smoothly every time you start the car, which can be a bit of a chore if you have to manually pair it every morning. Finally, FM transmitters are notoriously prone to interference, especially if you live in a big city with lots of competing radio stations. You might hear some hissing or static if you don't use the AUX cable option. So, what's the final verdict? Is the T65 worth your hard-earned, though minimal, cash? If you are a student on a budget, Or if you have a secondary work truck or an older car that only has a radio and no AUX port, this is a 100% give it a try item. It's so inexpensive that the risk is low. Even with a red screen instead of blue, if it plays your music, it's doing its job. However, if you consider yourself an audiophile or you hate dealing with finicky tech, you might want to skip this. The build is very lightweight plastic, and the sound quality via FM will never be as good as a high-end wired connection. It's a classic AliExpress coin flip. You might get a unit that works perfectly for years, or you might get one that has the wrong color screen and struggles to connect. If you go in with realistic expectations, it's a handy little tool to have in your glove box. That's it for today's deep dive into the T65 Bluetooth adapter. Have you tried any of these cheap AliExpress Bluetooth upgrades? Did you get the blue screen or the red one? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing your tech horror stories or success finds. If you found this review helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I've got plenty more AliExpress gems on the way that I'm currently testing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.